Yo, what's up, dudes? For everyone that is here, how we all doing? Not gonna lie, guys, I'm pretty tired, but I was like, why not do this? So I know you guys. I don't know how many people are actually going to watch the Mayweather and McGregor fight. For me, it's like something that I never really cared about because it's such a joke. Besides, you have to pay $100 to watch it legally. So just a quick stream. Yeah, I don't know about that. So can you guys see me? Everything going good? I will check the stream just to make sure that I'm on. Okay, cool. I am showing. Hey, if you want to go watch the fight, dude. I don't really care. Is it on? I know it's on like soon or whatever. But it's like, I'm probably not going to upload the stream anyway. I was trying to hang out. So, you want to watch it? Go and watch it. It's all good. It's €3 here. €3. I was playing with my friends and it's $100. See how it go. Are you watching the fight at the same time as this? I mean, it's basically the same thing. You're just going to see Mayweather dancing around the ring. For like me, I wasn't really a big fan of boxing anyway. And I don't like either contestant, so for me, it's not a big deal. It's getting a lot more hype than it deserves. Upload it later. You want to see it? See, I don't really have anything to talk about this time, so I'm probably not going to upload it. The way I upload my streams is I want to have something constructive, like what the focal point is around it. I'm going to build off of that. Because every time if I just do Q&As, then there's going to be the same questions over and over again. And if new people are watching the stream, they're going to get bored of listening to the same old. I was contemplating doing another, next chapter prediction stream, but I'm going to save that for a couple of days to see if there's more replies. Oh, yeah? You surprised I look like this? That's right. Yeah, after dark. Yeah. First day of school starts Monday, so yeah, my system now. Ooh, you working tonight, Halliance? Cool. You still haven't recovered from the prediction stream? Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cancer. Although if I had to guess what the predictions are going to be, is that in a couple days, whenever I do a stream for the predictions, is that I'm guessing almost all of it is going to be either around bashing pudding again, or Ragey for Nakama or something, because people are obsessed with that. At least on Orwell Jackson, not as like a community whole. Change my title? No, I'm not changing it. Yeah, I'll change it. Let me a second. I'll say am streaming XXX rated. All right. That'll get the viewers. Oh yeah, nice shirt. Yeah, Pink Floyd. You guys can see it. What are we going to discuss? I don't know. What do you guys want to discuss? Do you want me to talk about the chapter? Talk about the stream the other day that everyone was in? You want me to talk? You want to talk about Mayweather and McGregor? I don't really care. It's Tyler Hawk. I kind of hope that I'm right about Mother Carmel inside Big Mom when if she uses flashback, I could have gone more in depth, but got lazy. Well, obviously, a lot of people think that simply due to the nature of flashback that would have something to do with Carmel and how that ties into the story. I'm not sure. I'm sure that if Joy Boy is still on the possibility of Big Mom being an ally, then he would have already been all over that. So I'm not so sure. You are proud to say you have finally kicked your spoiler reading addiction. I don't know how you do it, man. For me, I just like doing it. talk about Sanji and the possibility of us seeing new Kama Kenpo recipes? Oh, okay. So I've seen a lot of people are debating whether or not Sanji's actually going to poison Big Mom in the sense that he's actually going to hurt her. And I don't think that's the case. If anything, I think Sanji is going to use some type of technique that will actually probably make Big Mom go to sleep for a short period of time. If you take the translation, because I know in the manga stream one, it's faint, and then in Giant Minis, it's loose consciousness, which they're basically the same thing. But, there are types of cuisine called attack cuisine that Sanji could use, which, he would use to buffer his allies, but you wouldn't really do that for Big Mom. But for me, the most important thing about the cake is what's going to be there to stop the cake from being made, because you know for a fact, just like the rest of Whole Cake Island, that nothing's going to go according to plan. There's going to be an adversary there. And me and Joy Boy think it's going to be Ichiji. But I know for some reason, so like when I was on the stream the other day, everyone was talking about Daifuku versus Sanji. And I know there's an obsession with that in the fan base. And for me, it just, I don't know. It doesn't really make as much sense as like Ichiji. Daifuku could show up, but I feel like a lot of people are obsessed with that. Let's see, Christian, if you missed my question from earlier, do you think Big Mom or Kaido could be taken down if you shot or stabbed them in the eyes and damaged their brain? Well, this is a shonen, so you ought to already know that's not going to happen. Especially Oda. No, I mean, right now Big Mom is pissed about the cake and the photo. The cake will maybe get resolved, but I mean, flashback making Big Mom remember her eating the kids. And now Mother Carmel's true nature, if her soul is still inside Big Mom. Well, it's still the same possibilities. I mean, you don't know what would happen. That could cause Big Mom to go into a greater rampage or into a greater despair, which both carry interesting possibilities. A Yonko can be allied with Luffy to take down another Yonko. It's just Luffy working under Yonko against the Yonko. Did I think Big Mom should have been damaged from the lightning attack, or like that she shouldn't get hurt from it? I mean, if you watch my reviews, and I said it was kind of obvious that Big Mom wasn't actually going to suffer damage, and that the importance of that was it made Nami look good and it made Big Mom look good. So it's kind of like a win-win. Oh, someone asked what I'm eating before. I'm eating, what, chopper poops? See that? I'm eating chopper poop, which is chocolate raisins. Let's see. Jared says, I feel what will stop it will either be Ichiji or Pero. That would be why the fight on the ship is so important. You could be good. Yo, what's up, Matter? What do I think will happen to the supernova at the end of the story of the end of the story of One Piece? Well, I think there's a lot of ways you can see what's going to happen with the story. It's because I know a lot of people are like advocating for the supernovas being certain supernovas being the next Yonko, and then you would think, what would happen to the other supernova? What would be their role? And that's very interesting, because if they aren't going to be the Yonko, they still have the same aspirations. So let's say, like, this is just for hypothetical. Let's say Kid Law, if he lives, which he probably won't, but I'm just going to throw Law in there just in case. Kid, Law, Capone, and someone like, I don't know. We'll throw in like a man. Like, let's say Arouge or Bonnie are like the next 4 Yonko. Then where would that throw the other supernova? Because they're not going to be subservient to other Yonko. And at that point in time, they're still going to be each other's adversaries. It's not like they're all, like, a few of them are going to be so far above the rest. Everyone's going to be kind of like where they are now in terms of being each other's rivals. Which would then make you question if there are going to be Yonko after this present time. Oh yeah, and Buggy. Buggy could be a Yonko. But it's like, at the end of the story, will there be room for Yonko? Is that, or Yonko necessary for the story after Luffy becomes the Pirate King. And it's very weird to think about. Because what would the state of the sea be like after Luffy becomes the Pirate King? He will have, in essence, conquered the Grand Line, and by that fact, the New World would basically belong to him. Or at least that's how people would see it. Luffy wouldn't see it that way because he just wants to be free. But it's weird, because everyone that Luffy meets usually has a chance of becoming his ally. And it would be really awkward if all of like the supernovas ended up becoming Luffy's allies by the end, and they were all kind of like cahoots with each other. I don't know. Like the supernova, I don't know what Oda has planned for him, because I don't think Oda knew what he had planned for them either. Because if you guys know, is that the supernova were never supposed to be in the story. They're just kind of thrown in there, and now they're so important to the story that you can only guess what's going to happen. Grand Fleet members of the Pirate King, main leaders. I mean, like Blackbeard's crew splits up. I mean, you're already seeing the main leaders of the Grand Fleet. I feel like the importance of the Grand Fleet is like they're not supposed to be super strong, but as a group, they pose a threat. Do I think the government will still be here at the end of the story, or will there be nothing or new government? There will always be a form of government in the world. If you look back at what happened to the Ancient Kingdom, it wasn't the fact that there was a government that destroyed the Ancient Kingdom. It was an ideology. People need a form of structure to grasp onto so they feel safe. So, at that point, you would need to have a new government after the world government we know now is replaced. There's going to be a same government. You just cut off the head and replace it. And for that, I think a lot of people will agree with the idea that whenever the Marines have like their, they part ways from the ideologies, like Fujitora and the gang, is that people will then be the new head of the government because they have the just ideology for the coming of the age. But yeah, there's always going to be some form of government. The world wouldn't be able to operate without a form of government. Because if you think about it, not all pirates are like Luffy. Just like Shanks said in the beginning of the series, the government isn't actually bad. They do protect people. It's just the people who control the government are bad. Do I think Luffy will take another L like he did in Sabaody? Yep, probably. I don't see Luffy going throughout the series without having to suffer something traumatic. And to like add on to that, I feel like the death of anyone important to him is going to be that next big L. Like, for instance, if Shanks dies, then do you guys know what that would do to Luffy? That would be like just as impactful as Ace dying, if not more so. And then if Law dies, that would suck too. Do I think there's a doubt for that grants telepathy or telekinesis, or would that be too OP for One Piece? Well, I mean, I feel like you could say there are things that already kind of do that. Because there's things like the clairvoyance that Violet has, where she can actually see into people's minds. That's a similar version of telepathy, but it involves touching. As far as telekinesis, I feel like there are some abilities that kind of have the natures that you would assume that telekinesis has, like lifting things up and pulling them into you. I feel like there are some fruits that can do that, but telekinesis, in and of itself, it wouldn't be super overpowered. It would be strong, though, kind of like all of the other strong devil fruits. I'm not sure if it's going to be incorporated, though. If Law dies, that'll suck, too. I mean, Law's going to die, I think. Unless, like, the Surge of Immortality or whatever doesn't actually kill him or something. Do I think there could be a Vampire Zoan fruit? Just right away, I want to say no. But, yeah, I'm going to say no. Unless we see, like, a werewolf Zoan. You hope Law doesn't die? I mean, Law's a fan favorite. But if you just look at the way the story is, how is Law going to survive, guys? Law, as it goes forward into the story, literally doesn't serve a purpose. Like, his life goal was completed. Doflamingo was taken down. He avenged Corazon. He would have to find a new purpose in life to live for. And maybe that purpose is Luffy. Ugh, I don't know, dude. How does Law live? His power was introduced. Do I still think there's a chance of Pedro dying? I think there's a chance, but I do not think it's going to happen. And I have reasons why I believe that. And whenever I get around to making my fucking theory, you will now know the reasons for that. Because I go into that. A vampire bat zone. Mihawk can die? Mihawk can die. It's obviously a possibility. But it would be so weird if Mihawk was introduced at the beginning of the story for Zoro to beat, and then Zoro doesn't beat him. But then that gets into the conversation between Shiryu and Mihawk. What's going to happen there? I don't know. I still think that Mihawk's going to be the end goal for Zoro, and not Shiryu. Yeah, what's up, Dizzy? Yeah, I've streamed during the McGregor versus Mayweather. I mean, you don't have to watch it. I mean, I'm not gonna, for sure, I'm not uploading this. I'm gonna delete it after I'm done streaming. Because I'm just chilling. How about a mermaid or a fishman zone? Well, that'd be useless. I feel like that would be useless. Considering we already have those as established races. To me, the training during the time skip made it feel like, yeah, Zoro isn't fighting Mihawk. I mean, you can make that argument, surely. But, I don't know. That's a good argument, because a lot of people will say that, well, since they're now, like, buddy-buddy together, that they won't fight each other, but that's not necessarily true. There's always the next step of overcoming your mentor. But yeah, I can see that ideology. Jertz was happy. Was you happy about the Sampu moments in the latest chapter? Because I liked them. Yeah, actually, I was actually really happy. I thought that in general, that was probably the funniest chapter in Whole Cake Island. I genuinely enjoyed it. When I'd seen the spoilers, I thought that the chapter was going to be like, oh, people aren't gonna like this. But whenever I read the chapter, I was like, man, this is great. Definitely enjoyed it. Where's my review? I am not going to be making the review this week. I wanted to get ready for school and stuff. And I was like, ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm just going to put it aside. A whole lot of stuff didn't really happen. The cake theory basically got confirmed. Everybody knows that. I don't need people to say that. I don't need to say that for people. But it would be cool if, and this is tooting my own horn, if everything I said about my version of the cake theory comes true, I might get a little inflated ego, like, oh yeah, finally got a theory right 100%. Oh my god. Like, if Pudding's words are the final words for Sanji, I will freak out. Yo, what's up, Alex? Are you still watching me? God dang. Do I think there are still more races in One Piece world that we have not seen yet? Yeah, probably. Well, I want to say yes, but I think you could argue no. Maybe Oda wouldn't go through that trouble, but then again, we got the three-eyed race, or the three-eyed tribe, so honestly, why not? Oh yeah, welcome to the gun show, yeah. Oh, the jailer in Impel Down? The jailer in Impel Down, wasn't that a zebra? Wasn't it? It's like a zebra-ish type thing. I don't know, dude. Do you want to tell everyone about OJ being in trouble with the copyright dickheads? Well, I mean, everyone who watches me watches Joy Boy, and Joy Boy made a video about it, so if you don't know from Joy Boy, then that's weird. But yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. I'm sure it'll end up being fine, though. Do I think Carrot is going to be a member of the crew? Nope. Heavily do not believe that. I do not believe that her or Pedro are going to be members of the crew. And I would go into that more, Bashir, but I've had this idea for a theory for 2 weeks, and I know the only person who knows about this theory is Joy Boy because I specifically use this theory to counteract one of his theories. So he knows it's coming, but no one else knows this theory. And I don't know how people haven't made this theory, because if you reread Zoe, it is so obvious. I can't believe I missed it. It's crazy. 803 is lit. I refuse to believe that, Alex, simply because Toei made that, and there haven't really been that many entertaining episodes from Whole Cake so far, to be honest. From my perspective, it's all meh, okay, whatever. And at this point, it's just filler because they're just throwing in shit for the character fight. I'm not that entertained by it. Change my title to good day, bitches. 803 is pure trash. I think Roger just uploaded a review about it. And Roger's reviews usually end up being the same. They're usually like a 3 out of 5. Is that Dave's theory about Pedro, Carrot and Pedro being Momo's retainers for Inu and Neko? I'm using that as justification for my theory. It's not that theory. This has to do with the past of Zoe. And I'm going to use the past of what happened in Zoe to justify why that will be so. No one that I know has ever done this before. But basically, the premise of the theory is I'm going to use this evidence to support why those people will be retainers. And it's going to do things like parallels to Roger and reverse engineering the story. That'd be cool. Yeah, you've been waiting for the Zoe theory for ages. I mean, I basically told you guys what it's about. I just haven't told you the exact details of what I found. What's my favorite character in Impel Down? New character? It has to be new? If it's a new character, probably Magellan. Magellan's so cool. I need more subscribers. You know, normally I'd be like, yeah, man, I'm so undersubscribed. But I honestly think that for the quality and the quantity of the content I put out, I'm basically around where I deserve to be. I don't think I should really be higher than I am now. Frankie is going to make Zoe into a weapon to kill Kaido. I don't know about that. So who do I think will join then? Well, the thing is, like, so I'm going to tell you guys this now. So I don't think it's just going to be Carrot and Pedro being retainers. I think it's going to be Carrot, Pedro, and Wanda. I think Wanda will also be a retainer for Momonosuke after Wano. And there's a reason for that. And if you reread Zoe and you look at the finer details, it's obvious. What race do I think Morgan's is? He's clearly not a mink, so I'm not sure what he is other than a giant talking bird. I've seen some people mention, you know, some type of bird zone, but there are only so many of those. But Oda did say that there are only like a certain amount of types of bird zones that can actually fly, or flying zones. He's just a flightless bird. I mean, I would like to think that he's an actual race, like it's a different race, but I don't know. It's very mysterious, just like Panda Man. How does Joy Boy not have 100,000 subs? Because growing up to that point is very hard. It's very, very hard. And another thing is, like, for the you guys realize that for the content that Joy Boy covers, a lot of it isn't the kind of things that a lot of people use to get subs. Like, for instance, I'm going to use this as a reference. If Joy Boy only focused on power level theories, he would have more subs. Like, for instance, take One World. One World basically only covers things like gears, hockey, things that like people who are into shonen really, really like. That's how he has more subs than Joy Boy. He only focuses on that, and there are things that can be easily disproven. But people like to think of those ideas. Joy Boy, while he has covered gears, doesn't only do that. He inspects every aspect of the story. And that isn't naturally going to get you subs. It also takes time. I don't know if you guys realize, but Joy Boy's channel is pretty new. If you look at how his subscribers are going, he is far outpacing Roger currently. Roger's base. He is growing really fast. Are there insect devil fruits? You know, I feel like there should be, but I don't know if there is going to be any. Because you would expect to see that in Wano, right? But no one really is anticipating that. Did any of the Tontatas have insect zones? Didn't the Tontatas have like some type of beetle zone or some bullshit? Right? I don't know. Favorite hentai? I could legit answer that question, boy. I could go hentai and real porn, baby. Well, Joy Boy has better content than Roger? Oh yeah, I don't think many people would debate that actually. If you look at strict content, Joy Boy definitely has better content as it pertains to One Piece than Roger, but Roger doesn't only focus on One Piece. Roger has lots of things he covers, and Joy Boy just recently started covering Boku no Hero. Where Roger covers like Pokemon, everything Nintendo related. Pokemon, Nintendo, One Piece. I thought there's a fourth one. Man, I feel like there's a fourth one, but I can't remember it. I know that I don't watch any of Roger's Nintendo videos because I'm not a Nintendo dude, so it doesn't really affect me. I'm not going to watch it if I don't care. Do I think Robin will get another big moment in the story aside from reading the poneglyphs or getting captured? Well, I mean, that opens the door to basically anything happening, right? I do think Robin will have her time to shine. Certainly. Euphoria best hentai? I feel like the best episode of Euphoria is probably episode 4. Roger doesn't make theories or discussions. Roger occasionally makes theories and he occasionally has discussions, but not to the point that you would label him like, oh yeah, Roger is a, just like a label theorist, which isn't true. He mainly focuses on live reactions and reviews. And like a few times a arc, he will have discussions about something or other. But enough to the point where it's like, how many How many theorists are there? I mean, you have to include Roger in there, but just simply because he has made them in the past. Like for me, I have more reviews of One Piece than I do theories, which made me think the other day, maybe I should only focus on theories for One Piece and just stop reviewing it. Because in my reviews, I always put out a lot of speculations of what I think could happen, whereas I can make those into discussion videos and stuff like that. I don't know. Haven't decided on anything yet. The best hentai is iCarly. Well, if you go to those nudes, what kind of hockey would benefit Nami the most? I mean, I don't think Nami needs hockey at all. I feel like Nami's purpose is like utility. But if she were to get one, I mean, obviously, I think most people would say observation hockey. Me and Joyboy should do theories together. You know, me and Joyboy would totally be down for doing theories together, but usually whenever we come up with the ideas, we're on it. Like if you guys don't know, like for me, I have things that hold me back. I am very lazy, and I am not fast. And whenever I make videos, it takes a long time for me to make videos. Joyboy, he just talks and boom, video. So I feel like we could do theories together, but it'll be weird because we would both have to come up with a theory, right? Because it's not like Joyboy is going to come up with a theory and then I'm just going to like hop in and be like, oh, here's my part. Whoa, we really talking Euphoria? Hey, I've watched all of Euphoria. I've skipped the scat scenes, obviously. Just do quick reviews. You see, I've thought about doing quick reviews, but I noticed that a lot of my subscriber base actually does enjoy whenever I go in depth because I feel like a lot of people don't do that at all in their theories. They just talk about what everyone else talks about. And I do that too, but I always try to make sure there are things that I talk about that are different because like I analyze, I go in depth. I give my personal opinion on how things are in the story, which usually isn't what other people think. And I feel like if I change that to quick reviews, people would probably expect me to do longer ones. How do I feel about Sanji making the cake? Well, I made a cake theory, so boom. Obviously loving it. And I know a lot of people are very mad at Sanji making the cake, but for me, it's like people wanted Sanji to have physical feats, and him baking the cake doesn't mean that can't happen. Now, see, reviewing for me isn't stressful or boring. It's just time consuming. Because, like, I have, like, you guys know I have scripts and stuff, right? So, if I were to bring up just, like, I don't even know if I have, like, a random script anymore. Let me see. Do I have a script lying around? I don't know. So, yeah, pudding theory. Let me see. All right, I'm going to show you guys real quick what one of my average scripts looks like. All right. Boom. All right. From top to bottom, this is like an average one of my scripts. And like if I have something I think of on the spot, then I'll insert that into the script. But this is just one of my scripts from my last review. A little over 6 pages. That's a lot of material. Me and Joyboy do hentai together. We do hentai together, but the camera's not on. Do I think Law would trade Luffy? I think it's possible, but I think eventually if he does, he'll come around. He'll make up for it. You didn't skip anything in Euphoria? I can't stand scat scenes, dude. Yeah, I revealed interesting stuff such as the mirror inside the cake chapters before it happened. Stick with your long reviews. See, like, I don't mind doing the long reviews. It's just that I feel like the long reviews inherently make it harder for me to put out theories. Because you guys know that I'll talk about things in my review that at some point in time, Joy Boy may actually make an actual discussion or theory about it. But I just cover it in my review and say, well, here's what I think could happen, or these are things you could break down about the chapter, which I like doing. And I'll probably stick with that for a while, but for this week, I'm probably going to skip this week's chapter. Would I like to see Supernova that enter the new world over the time skip? Oh, like what happened to them? I actually am kind of cool with not knowing. I'm a secret hentai animator. No, but I have. I mean, I have no shame, guys. I mean, obviously, if I've watched Euphoria, I've watched other hentai. I don't give a shit. Captured, now you steal my stuff. I don't care. I don't give a shit. All you saw was a script for a review I already did. How about me and Joe Boy each defend our own theory and try to convince the other we are correct? That will make an interesting video. Not too long ago, like, you guys don't know what, like, me and Joy Boy talk about in DMs, but me and Joy Boy had, like, a 3-day argument about where I actually won. I convinced him about the possibility of Big Mom being an Elbath over Wano. It took forever. And I thought, I was like, well, we reached a point where it's like, well, this is how I see it, Joy Boy. I admit it. I was like, all right, listen, JB. I know and I admit the fact that she can be where you said she was going to be, but for me, I view it a different way. And eventually he came around to it simply because of Morgan's, which he eventually made a video about. What's my profile picture? Oh, like for my YouTube? It's just like a fan art of Dritz, the Dark Elf, and his pet panther, Guinevere. Or Guinevere. I like to pronounce it Guinevere. And my Discord avatar is Bomb hugging Yuri from Tower of God. Does Sawyer type reviews? No, but here's something about Sawyer that you guys probably haven't picked up. Sawyer does go online to see what the popular speculations are, but he never says that he does. I have met many people on Aura Jackson that have claimed to have been in contact with Sawyer. And I know that Sawyer goes on Reddit as well. So a lot of the things that he comes up with, I feel like are things that he saw online as well that he disagrees with. And I love Sawyer, but it seems that obvious. To me, at least. What would I rank Big Mom purely as a swordsman? Well, that's a convoluted question because what do you consider a good swordsman? Is a good swordsman someone that simply overpowers someone like Big Mom who has insane physical power? Or is a swordsman good because they have techniques? Because for me, it's a little bit of everything. Big Mom obviously isn't a trash swordsman, but the thing about One Piece is that as far as technical handling of swords is concerned, there hasn't been that much of emphasis. Usually just whoever has the most powerful attack. If Big Mom clashes with Kaido along with all the supernovas, Wano is going to get destroyed to bits. Yeah, basically. If Law dies, you would love to hear him repeat what Corazon 70 died. Oh, that would be feels. Do I watch King of Lightning? Yeah, I watch King of Lightning. I don't watch all of his videos, but I usually watch a majority of them. One Piece. I don't watch Dragon Ball, so obviously I don't give a shit about his Dragon Ball videos or Kingdom. I don't read Kingdom, so don't care about that either. But yeah, King of Lightning is actually a really cool guy. Whenever I was in the live stream with him the other day, I thought that like my impression of him changed because I kind of thought initially that King was kind of like the other big name people where they were very confident in their own opinions over everyone else's, but he was a very reasonable person. So I gained respect for King there. Yo, what's up, WoW? Do I think Oda would ever include a Zoan devil fruit that allows its users to turn into a kaiju like Godzilla? I mean, at that point, that would just basically be a dragon. But yeah, he could do that, but here's the thing. I feel like once we get out of Wano, the crazy ideas for Zoans are going to decrease rapidly. Like, it will be a more rarity after that. Do I think Zoro fanboy is very biased against Pudding? I don't know if he's necessarily biased, but I think a lot of people in general are biased against Pudding. Extremely. Like, for instance, I didn't get to clarify this in Braga's stream, but I made a point in Braga's stream about how I thought that there were double standards of people hating Pudding but liking Hancock, because if you look at what changed them, Pudding and Hancock are literally the same. And chat, whenever I said that, the chat went crazy. Like, Andy Fantalk was like, no, Drizzy, like, that's not true because Hancock was a slave. And I was like, that's not what I'm talking about. And I never got to clarify that in the stream. But for me, it's like this. If you take a look at Pudding and you take a look at Hancock, what did it take for them to change? Luffy went basically all alone into another high-level person's territory. Hancock had a previous trauma with men. And all it took to change Hancock was showing that one person, one man in the entire world wasn't an asshole. And then she instantly fell in love and her character changed. Very similar to Pudding. Pudding grew up with a childhood trauma with her eye where she thought she was a monster herself. And all it took to change Pudding was Sanji saying it was beautiful. Boom. Basically the same change happened there that both enabled the primary characters of those arcs to get stuff done. Without Pudding, Sanji couldn't do what he's going to do with the cake now. Without Hancock, Luffy couldn't have gotten to Impel Down, and he couldn't have saved Ace. But people didn't see it that way. They think that, Hancock's an amazing character. There's no way she can be like shit Pudding. Oh my god, Lucas Marchetti. Yo, what's up? Yeah, it's XXX Rated. I was talking about hentai earlier, Lucas. You would have joined. Am I a fan of Tokyo Ghoul? Yo, Tokyo Ghoul is the shit, guys. I love Tokyo Ghoul. I love that token goodness. But anyway, going back to that Pudding Hancock thing, I mentioned that, and people were like, this guy has no clue what he's talking about. And I know a few people agreed with me because they saw it the way I did, but the majority of the people were just, they didn't see it. Oh, you saw a good one last night? What was it? I think I probably know what you're talking about. Do I think Hancock will be at Reverie? No, I don't think so. I think Reverie may affect Hancock. You hated Hancock? Her turn was bullshit? Well, the thing is, people love Hancock. Hancock is consistently in the top 12 of the character polls. But whenever Pudding does the same thing as Hancock, it's crazy. Boom. Wow. Do I watch Ruby? No, I do not watch Ruby. But I have only heard pretty good things about it. I've heard some negative things, but I've heard some really good things as well. It had floating in the title. I don't remember. Do I think Pudding will interact with Brook more as Brook shows something about the Three-Eyed Tribe? You know what I want to know, guys, is going along those lines, and this is going to be spoiler for... Actually, it's not going to be spoiler, but back on Zoe, it was alluded to that Brook knows more about the Vince Smokes than he should. I want to know where the fuck that came from. We still don't know. Goddamn. So maybe he might have an interaction. I was actually kind of hoping for a bigger interaction between Nami, Luffy, and Pudding, but it just kind of got tossed to the side. Your favorite Cole video till this day is this chapter 784 review where Luffy went in Gear 4. I like a lot. I've watched a lot of people's live reactions to that. One of my favorites is, I don't know if you guys have seen Sora's review of the Dressrosa arc whenever Sabo got revealed to be alive. And like, it was basically shown that he was crying at the reveal. That's one of my favorites. Anime Fan Talk made a discussion on Sabo being Yonka level and he's acting like you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, well, here's the thing. To think about it from like their perspective. Like, for instance, the other day whenever I was in the stream with Roger and Roger came in, you know, people like Roger, Joyboy, and Anime Fan Talk who have large subscriber bases are very confident about what they say as fact. And they treat it like such. And you could tell in the stream. For me, it's not like that. I don't really get the importance of my words saying simply because, you know, I'm a littler guy. I'm slightly bigger than Brago, but I'm still like lower on the food chain. So if I say something that conflicts what other people are saying, you know, my words can be tossed aside more easily than if someone say like Joyboy or Roger said it. And that's just simply this how, you know, life works. How did my greatness level decrease by 10? What'd I say? You dropped Tokyo Ghoul for the same reason you dropped Attack on Titan. You got AIDS from the fan base. Well, truth be told, I don't dabble much with the fan base. I just read the chapters. So maybe that's why I still love it. Let's see. Rumbar says, I mean, it's extremely rare to find a guy who looks at Hancock and doesn't focus on titties. I mean, that's true. That's basically every character in One Piece, though, that's a guy. There's a lot of perverts. Yeah, I think Tokyo Ghoul was definitely way better than Attack on Titan. Way better. Brooke is Judge's uncle. I don't know about that. Do I think Bob is Commander Snack? And I've mentioned this before, and I know people hate on Joyboy for mentioning this, but if you look at the evidence, the person who has the highest level of being Snack is Bobbin. That's the only living candidate that we know of known characters that would be Snack. The only other option is a new character. Yeah, they cut you off a lot. Wasn't happy about that in the stream. Yeah, but basically anytime I talked in the stream, I got in about 2 sentences before like another big name, you know, cut me off. That happened a lot with Roger. I would say something and then Roger would boom. Because like the way Roger talks, and I love Roger, but obviously, you know, he's going to say what he has to say first. Is that Roger, whenever he talks in the stream, he goes from one topic to the next. He transitions really fast, so you can't stay on one topic and talk about it. And for me, that didn't work for me. For like my experience with the stream is that it obviously showed my inexperience in being in a group of people that have multiple opinions. You know, I wasn't very vocal. I got loud like at the end simply so I could say what I had to say. But obviously, that just shows, you know, my inexperience, and that has nothing to do against all the other people. But you know, it's more of a me thing. I wasn't used to that type of environment. You know, I've only shared with me, Joyboy, and then Silvers. So that's more on me than anything else. You know, it's basically my fault that I got cut off. I didn't establish my dominance. I would get bigger confidence in the audience if I do hentai reviews and theories. I could legit talk about hentai. Lucas knows. Machete009 knows. Facial expressions are important, Lucas, I'll admit. Facial expressions are important. You think Attack on Titan is greater than Tokyo Ghoul? Satanic? I don't know. My personal experience is I've enjoyed Tokyo Ghoul a lot more. Attack on Titan is hype, though. Hentai review. Most likely, next episode there will be sex end. Yeah. Yeah. This is so weird, but I feel like there are some hentais that I've watched before that I go like, you know, that could be a good story. But you know, it's a hentai, so obviously no. Yo, Hawkeye, what's up, dude? Normal for a Braga stream? Yeah. Well, that was the first time I've ever been in a Braga stream. I've never actually been in a Braga stream before. And I think actually a couple people in there actually knew who I was, which surprised me to no end. Like people knew that my name was actually Dritz. So for me, I was like, oh, cool. If Nami for some reason ate Big Mom's UV card, would she gain some of Big Mom's soul and her ability to control homies? I don't think so. Good story in hentai, mind blown. There are some cases of it. Although I think if you want good story, you should probably be Dojin's. So I think Kong is Garp's dad simply just because of the monkey correlation. Monkey D Kong. I feel like that would have been brought up at some point. You stay in the stream because me and Joy Boy in it? Well, I mean, sorry to disappoint you, Code Killer, but Joy Boy, based in my opinion, and obviously you guys know I'm a Joy Boy fanboy. I mean, whatever I say is obviously going to be representative of my opinion on Joy Boy, but for me, I feel like Joy Boy carried that stream heavily. And he was coherent, very fluid, had good flow. All the things that I wasn't. Yo, Silvers with the 2 pickles. Yo, yeah, Ruby, you know, here's the thing. I would actually give Ruby a try, but I don't know about you guys, but I actually do enjoy reading the manga more than watching anime. And I do think, does Ruby have, like, volumes? I would read the volumes over watching the anime. Or is it, it's not necessarily an anime, but is it? I'm not sure what its art style, what it's considered. Like 3D? Is it? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, next time I do watch anime, I might give Ruby a try. When will we see Vince Smokes again? Soon. So for me, the absence of the Vince Smokes have just been like the absence of Pudding was. Like prior, like whenever we saw Sanji catch Nami and Pudding, she went missing for chapters on end. Same thing with the Vince Smoke. They'll show up soon, probably in the next couple chapters. Joe Boy and Roger own that stream. Well, Roger's going to own any stream he walks into, simply because Roger, as opposed to his attitude, is actually a very, very domineering guy, which is what I assumed him to be, and I was right. He's a very domineering guy, and if he joins something, he's going to make his opinions known. So he's going to be dominating wherever he goes in the One Piece community, because he's obviously a very big figure. You agree stream started going bad when he left midway? The stream started going south whenever people started talking about, just to trigger King of Lightning, they started talking about Sanji. That's when it kind of went downhill. I kind of AFK'd. I went away for a few hours. I talked to Joy Boy. I came back at the end, though. McGregor lost technical knockout round 10. A knockout? Whatever. He's not a boxer. Everyone kind of expected that. On the right side, they both get major bank. Do I think Kong has a huge ding-dong? I would think that probably every character in One Piece probably has a huge dong, simply because it's that verse. Also, shout-outs to Gambia's grandma. I feel like you're starting to get recognized, Gambia, simply for being around so much. Read Kingdom. You know, I have talked to Joy Boy about it, and he really wants me to read Kingdom. And I'm just like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm like, so, like, if you guys don't know, and I've said this multiple times, but I'm super lazy. And if I get around to reading it, I'll probably no-life it. But until that point, I'm just going to be like, I'm in my own thing right now. Do you think if we have another time skip, Nami tips will double in size again? So obviously that's a joke, but I'm going to answer that as if it were serious. But obviously Nami's tits changed simply because of Oda's drawing style. Her breast size was basically the exact same as it was at the beginning of the story, chapter 2 or 3, whenever she showed up, or wherever. They're basically the same, except Oda evolved his art style as he continued to draw One Piece. Just like every artist, if you go through. Do I think Enel will return to the story? Yes, but not as like a huge, influence. Roger is one of those people who justifies his opinions with backed up evidences. That's what makes him a great opinion maker. If you didn't know, he was an actor. So for me, I actually disagree with you, because for me, Roger has always been the guy who says things as a matter of fact. Like, everything is so matter of fact to him. And that's why whenever Roger makes theories, if he gets them wrong, there's never any backlash, because usually, if you guys pay attention, whenever Roger makes theories, he usually ends sentences with, like, I think that would be cool. He doesn't really go to like manga panels or whatever like that. He just talks. He does it all in front of the camera. He just talks. So if he says things, it's like, oh, it would be cool if X, Y, and Z happened. But he's not like an in-depth theorist. He doesn't use a lot of like explaining for his theories. They're like things that everyone's already thinking about, but he just talks about it. Or at least that's how I've always viewed Roger. And that doesn't make him bad. But he's just a different style of theorist than I think than either me or Joy Boy. Yeah. I knew Roger was an actor. Which unrevealed character do I want to see the most? God damn, dude, that's a hard question. Unrevealed known character. Fuck. Unrevealed character. I don't know. Okay, here's what I want it to be. And this is for selfish reasons. I want to know for a fact who the navigator of Roger's crew was. I want to know. I want to know if there's any correlation between the story, between who his people are. I want to know the major roles of Roger's crew, because I want to see how they parallel to Luffy's crew. And I think the main reason he hasn't done that is because it would reveal too much about the ending of the story. Is it weird that the Straw Hats haven't said anything to Luffy if he's mentally okay from Ace dying? Normally, you would say that, but think about like the way One Piece works. A lot of the characters don't actually talk to each other about past events. It's not just something they do. Like, One Piece is a dialogue-heavy story, but it's mainly driven by the plot. So for me, I would love to see them talk about Ace with Luffy, but it's not going to happen. What I do think is realistic, that should happen, is at some point in the story, Luffy is going to either face Blackbeard or Akainu, or like talk to them, and they are going to mock Luffy for not being able to save Ace, just like the people did in the Colosseum in Dressrosa. Like, and then Bart, like, basically cut the guy's tongue off. I want the same thing to happen, but have the Straw Hat Pirates be Bart in that instance. I want them to get mad for Luffy and defend his honor. Because I feel like that's something that they would all be very sensitive to. If someone like Blackbeard or some villain came up and started making fun of Luffy for Ace dying, I feel like everyone would get super pissed. I want to see that. It was the highest kill count in One Piece. So far, Blackbeard. He's killed 2 named characters. The only 2 named characters. Yo, what's up? Toucan Binks. If Luffy gets a home base in the New World like Kid, what would the island theme be? Food. It'd be a food island. Big Mom. I'm thinking tropical and party island, kind of like Brazil. That makes sense. theory the Navigator was Roger's wife. It's possible, but like the only two women we know that could have been part of Roger's crew are Shaki and then Rouge. But nothing has been clarified. We don't know anything about them. So you can't be sure. You can't say for sure that they are. You just say, well, they have a connection to Roger. Obviously. There's no proof, though. What do you think is the possibility of a spin-off series after One Piece ends? 0%, and I'm 100% confident. If you guys don't know, Oda wants to end One Piece before he hits 50, or by he hits 50 years of age. And that people have asked him about this before, and Oda said that the only thing that he would like to draw after that would be a mech manga. So, yeah. Seagull looked like a shipwreck for Roger, but I don't know what that says about Tom. Yeah, see, right? You don't know. There's so much we don't know about the Roger Pirates. And which is, I think that's one of the things that Oda wants to hide until the very last second. Because if you guys remember the flashback in Fishman Island where Roger's on the ship with Rayleigh and he's yelling at the Sea Kings, they are the only two people on that ship. There was no one else there at that point in time. So that gives you the impression that the only two members of the Roger Pirates up until they hit Fishman Island were Rayleigh and Roger, which would be insanity. So, as everyone's below deck, that would be so weird. Brago's lies. Tell him if you can join the stream. I think Brago's talking about the fight, though. So, we're not going to be talking about One Piece at that point. Yo, what's up, Beetle? Thanks for the love. Yeah, I agree, Matter. I want more information on Rogue or Rouge. What about Nico Olvia? I mean, it'd be cool, but I feel like not much needs to be said about her. At least from the way I see it. We know a fair amount about her, but I'm more curious about Rouge. Other than the Cerberus theory, what else could backwards Jolly Roger mean? Well, the Cerberus theory is heavily based off of the fact that he ate a fruit with the Cerberus ability to have 3 devil fruits, which you could say that's different than having the ability and the foreshadowing that he's going to get 3 different fruits. Those are different things because the Cerberus is supposed to be a fruit by itself that enables Blackbeard to absorb other fruits, whereas the symbolism is different. So, other than that, I don't know if there are many other options. Yeah, Mayweather won. If I were to choose, I would have rather had McGregor win because I hate Mayweather because he's a wife beater. But whatever. I just know that ESPN First Take and Undisputed is going to be covered with blah, blah. McGregor loses. All the smack talk was for nothing. Money Mayweather gets richer. Can I see Luffy teaming up with Katakuri to hold off Big Mom? I'm guessing she's going to attack everyone, starting with Pedro or Pero when she makes it to the ship. Personally, you would like to see it. I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like there's going to be a small encounter between Luffy and Katakuri. And if you guys have watched my previous videos, a long time ago, I made a speculation video about what Luffy's next major opponent would be. And I said that that would be Katakuri. And this was like months ago. So simply for my selfish reasons, I would kind of want that to be true. That Luffy's next major opponent would be Katakuri in this arc. And then he will have to kind of get him out of the way so they can go on their merry way. But as for him helping, I don't know. I feel like there would have to be an exchange of dialogue between people who aren't Luffy that would have to like be the cause of that. Yo, what's up, Landry? But I think Blackbeard added new members to his crew, like fleet members, but like not like new main crew members. I don't think so. Mayor the one. Yep. Hey, do I think Doc he was collecting fruits when he gave Luffy an apple? I think that was a hint from Oda that Blackbeard was collecting devil fruits. I don't think so. I think that was more or less to give you more characterization towards Doc Hugh's personality and how he's so sick. Yeah, Hashoko, they both get money. Everyone gets richer. So in the end, it's a win-win. And this is exactly what everyone knew was going to happen with the fight, so you can't even act surprised. If a Cerberus fruit would allow the consumption of multiple devil fruits, with a Hydra fruit allow the same thing. So this depends on how you perceive, because for me, I never really liked the Cerberus fruit idea. I thought it was kind of wacko. So for me, it wouldn't make sense for a Hydra fruit to allow the same thing as well. And I think that if we were ever going to see a Hydra fruit, Kaido would have it. Or something similar to it, going along the lore of Orochi. What do I think about Blackbeard getting Kaido's Zoan Devil Fruit in Wano, if he has one to begin with? Well, I think for sure Kaido has one. But that depends on what you think Kaido actually is, I think. Because for me, I would really love to see Kaido being an actual dragon that ate a human model devil fruit. But if that's true, then I don't think it would make Blackbeard that much formidable for him to get a human model devil fruit. But I don't know. I know a lot of people like the idea of him being having Marco's fruit. But like aesthetically, that would be really weird, because could you imagine Blackbeard looking like a phoenix? That'd be the ugliest phoenix the world has ever seen. Now, if Kaido has a dragon devil fruit, I feel like you would encounter the same problems. It's weird. It's weird depending on what you think his devil fruit is, because I've seen a lot of ideas. Yo, what's up, Pablo? Do I see everyone meeting up on Zoe and going to one on the island? No, the only people on Zoe are Momo, Inuarashi, and Wanda probably, and a select few other minks. So I think they're just going to show up separately. Not on Zunisha, though. They're probably going to have another ship. Do I think there are awakened hockeys, maybe concentrated armor hockey, advanced observation hockey, and King's hockey? Yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of variations, and this is something that I didn't get to ask or debate with King on the stream the other day, is that I think there is heavy debate on what makes hockey stronger. Because I remember King of Lightning was making a big deal about Katakuri being able to beat Kizaru simply because he has better hockey. And I don't agree with that whatsoever. Because I think hockey comes in different strengths. And you can't determine what's better than the other simply off of that. It's kind of like how everyone has a unique skill set. Whereas there could be different awakened versions of hockey in that skill set. Because let's say Shanks has super strong hockey, but he can't see into the future. People will be like, well, Katakuri has better hockey than Shanks. Which wouldn't be true depending on what Shanks is capable of doing. But I think there are like more than one like awakened type of hockeys. It just depends on the individual. Because Katakuri trained his observation hockey to the point where he could actually see into the future. So that's something that he wanted. Something that he worked for. Yeah, what's up? Oh, Muller BT. Yeah, we'll have to catch me next time. No biggies. Thanks for dropping by. Hockey isn't exactly the same, Machako. Yeah, I think you can make that, but for me, the voice of all things is very similar to hockey. Katakuri or Jack? Is that a question? Katakuri would foderize Jack. Not foderize, it would be a good fight, but I don't think anyone's going to pick Jack over Katakuri. Oh, then maybe like... I don't even think Roger would do that. Do I think we will see more Logias? I mean, the good and cool one are already taken. I feel like Oda's going to keep them being very rare. We'll see them sparingly. And also, how many more Logias can Oda make? I don't know. I feel like we might see I feel like we might see a Logia Giant user in Elbaf. When do I think Shanks will make his next appearance? Lucas, I think it will be sometime after Elbaf. Either at the conclusion of Elbaf or the arc after Elbaf. Let me see. Super Kamiguru, I just thought of something. Hawkins was last seen with Kid and Apu in their alliance. We saw Apu join Kaido while Kid just got beat up. Do you think Hawkins had anything to do with that? With Kid getting beat up? Well, technically he could. It's not out the realm of possibility. But I think the other guy's just smarter. Kid's a very prideful person. So they probably recognize that they're about to get wrecked. But for me, I always wondered where Killer went, because Killer should have gone down with his captain. And he wasn't in the same cell, so what happened there? Nami is milking Momo for that treasure. Get out of here with the gags, bro. That's like saying Nami was milking Vivi only to get the 1 billion berries, which obviously wasn't true. But I like the meme. What mythical and ancient zones would I want to see? Hydra, Dragon, for sure. Hydra and a Dragon. Hydra, Dragon. Has there been a Manticore? I don't even know if that would make sense. Lucas, you better shut the fuck up before I come over and slap the shit out of you. I know where you live. I can be there in 25 minutes, Lucas. All right. How do I feel about a Mercury Logia user? That'll basically be an upgraded version of Magellan, wouldn't it? I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Oda's going to get that specific. Henry Peters. I know Oda has said that bounties aren't a direct indication of strength, but do you agree that he has sometimes used bounties as a method of power scaling? Yeah. It's very inconsistent. A Loch Ness monster. I don't know if you're going to see any water-based zones. That wouldn't really make any sense. There has to be a unicorn mythical zone. We need a unicorn that attacks with rainbows. A unicorn wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. But I'm not sure what unique abilities a unicorn zone would have outside of its horn. I would have to look that up, because I know there is actually some lore surrounding it. I think Kaido is the egg on Roger's ship, and it's possibly a Ryujin, dragon god. Oh, is that based off of like the reinterpretation of Roger's theory? Now, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I do agree that there's a possibility that he's a dragon god. I don't know if you guys know much about other theories and evidence using other theories, but you guys know that the concept for Gear 4 is actually taken from like guardian gods in Japan. And in lore, the guardian god that represented where the inspiration came from, Gear 4 came from, is that he defeated like a supreme thunder god dragon or whatever. I'm not sure if it was a Raiju or something, but that would be like the inspiration for Kaido. There's like a huge theory I read about it, how it linked the two together. Zoro cut his own eye, so in the future he can stick the handle of the sword into his empty eye socket and use Force Sword style. All right, I'll see it. Will there be Revolutionary versus Blackbeard Pirates? Maybe. Maybe. I feel like that depends on why do you think Blackbeard even did it to begin with? Why is Vikas' messages getting retracted? Who's trolling? Could explain why Kaido has a connection, why Kaido and Shanks have a connection. It could, but at the same time, I think that would be better to explain the connection between Roger and Kaido. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed a trend, but every single Yonko has a connection to Roger at some point in time. All the ones that we've seen now, they have had connections to Roger. Big Mom does, Whitebeard did. It would make sense for Kaido to, and then Blackbeard might as well, and then we know Whitebeard did. And I want to know what Kaido's connection to Roger was. Because then we would also have to know how old Kaido is. All that stuff. By the way, what happened with Dragon after the fight with Blackbeard? Well, I mean, a lot of people just think they just dipped. You know, they had already accomplished what they had set out to do. And that has to do with the whole idea of them setting up to attack Reverie or whatever, right? Because I feel like if there was an engagement, that it like there would have been a good chance that maybe Dragon could have done something. Buggy had a connection to Roger. Buggy is Yonko confirmed. I could see that being how Buggy becomes a Yonko, to be honest, because if you look at it, Buggy only became a Shichibukai simply because of his connection with Shanks. And if it was found out that he was actually on Roger's ship, he would just be like Yonko right away, right? You think so too, Lucas? Yeah, a lot of people think that. There's a few parties. Because I think a lot of people actually think that that egg was Uranus. But that would also imply that Kaido was Uranus, which is something I do not agree with at all. I've been working on a theory based on the tiger and dragon symbolism and its relation to One Piece, and Zoro shares many similarities to it that might give us an idea on what sort of role he'll be playing. Hashoko, I don't know if you look at many of the theories, but I actually read a theory based on that. I think it was by Vandenreich. I'm not sure. It was either Vandenreich or Dave that made a theory connecting the symbolism between tigers and dragons and who Zoro will fight in Wano. What do I think of Dragon? Do you think he could take on a Yonko? Potentially. I feel like he could fight a Yonko and he wouldn't get fodderized. I feel like if anything, maybe at the most, that Dragon is Yonko level. I don't think he's above a Yonko though. If I could have any kind of devil fruit ability, what would it be? If I could have a devil fruit ability, and this goes back to my history with Naruto, but I would have an illusion-based devil fruit. Because if you guys don't know, much like I think other people do this too, but sometimes late at night I'll sit down and I will create separate canon storylines in One Piece and insert my headcanon character in there. And my Itachi version character has an illusion-based devil fruit. And the way he creates Susanoo is that can only happen because he's awakened, because his illusions can affect the actual material around him, and it's a paramecia. He turns his surroundings into his actual illusion. But if I were to have devil fruit, it would be that devil fruit. Because I feel like that'd be pretty sick. And I've created an entire system based on this. It's really nerdy. But since I've based it on it, that's what I would want. And if it had to be an actual devil fruit, I would want the Wind Logia, assuming that it's real. Buggy is Uranus? Hell yeah. Where do you stand on Kuena Alive theory? Personally, I think it's stupid. You see, I don't think it's actually stupid, because for me, I'm right in the middle. I feel like there's definitely a possibility that it's true. But at the same time, I could see it not being true, because it would add some weird fundamentals to the story that I don't know if we're ready for yet. Because I know for, like, Pirate King Buggy hates this theory so much. But I know other people like Marco. Marco made a theory months ago. I think it was around last December about Koina possibly still being alive too. I feel like if I feel like it has potential. Do I think there'll be any references to Naruto and Wano? There might be some offhanded references, just like there were in Zou about like ninja, shadow clone jutsus. But if anything, I think there's going to be more references to Rurouni Kenshin than Naruto, simply because Oda was an editor on Rurouni Kenshin. He worked on it. He actually had the Jolly Roger for the Straw Hats showcased in a chapter in Rurouni Kenshin. So I think there's going to be some Rurouni Kenshin aspects in Wano, which would be sick because I love Rurouni Kenshin. I want to hypnotize myself to make hentai real. I don't have to do that, dude. VR is coming. Just like observation hockey. Is there another level for Conqueror's hockey? Yeah, I think so. Big Mom kind of showed what that could possibly be. She was actually able to use Conqueror's hockey to destroy the Rockets, right? And also, if Conqueror's hockey is supposed to be super overpowered, there has to be more to it than just you can take out fodders. Look at how good you are taking out people who don't matter in the story. There's got to be more. What's up, too? Good day. Yep. What makes a good villain? That's a very personal question. Because that depends. Also, see you, Lucas. What makes a good villain? Well, obviously, his reasons for what he does. A good villain always has a good reason for what he's doing. At least that's what people would assume. Which is weird because I think Crocodile was an amazing villain. He didn't really have a good reason for why he was taking over Alabasta. Well, that we know of yet. But it's all about portrayal, I feel like. Because, for instance, I know a lot of people don't like Big Mom, but I like Big Mom as a villain. It depends on what you think is what the purpose of an arc is. A good villain should have reasons for what they're doing. They should have a past that gets delved into. I feel like I could look up a list, and I would probably agree with most of it. But I don't know. It's weird when you're dealing with shonen because with shonen, a lot of those aspects aren't necessary. Let's see everyone bar. Why is everyone's messages keep being retracted? What is that? What are you guys doing? You made a $100 bet with someone on Xbox. He said Ivankov turned Koina into a man and took her to Wano and she became the Shogun. Nope. He also thinks Mihawk has never been to Wano and the Shogun is stronger than Mihawk. Get the fuck out of here. No way. Ain't no Shogun stronger than my boy. My boy. Dracul D. Mihawk. Yo, what's up, Stuart? Oh, must be early where you are, dude. Yeah, but Silver's no fucking way. There's no your dude's gonna lose that bet, hands down. You're gonna get $100 free, my boy. What do I think of Kizaru? I find him suspicious as when compared to other admirals, he pretty much has no objective or standings or his own, and it looks weird for an admiral to be like that. Well, Kizaru as a character, I feel like is really good because not everyone needs to have a reason that they're fighting for, and I feel like he represents that kind of faction where people just do what they do, simply because he just goes along with life. As what was his motto? Lazy justice. I feel like that basically represents his ideology, because a lot of people are like that. For instance, I'm like that. Is Raptor next after the Elbaf arc? I don't think so. I think there's going to be at least a mini arc after Elbaf. You were disappointed with Dofi as a villain. From Reform's speech to Monet's loyalty, I thought he had some anti-hero type of and/or Stain villain, but he was just an evil, spoiled kid. I like Doflamingo, but he's not my favorite One Piece villain so far. I actually liked, at least in the way he acted in the arc, I actually liked Crocodile more than I liked Dofi. But Dofi's really cool. I feel like it was something new. Yeah, how Shoko's right. You're guaranteed that money, bro. Oh my god, Toucan, please. Please spare me. Did I see King of Lightning's recent video? What, his live reaction? If so, then I've seen his live reaction, but if you're talking about something else, then let me check my sub box. Let me check this shit. I see Story Paper review for Dragon Ball. I don't care. Boop-a-doo. Otis states why One Piece is so long. The Shichibukai. Oh, this one 2 hours ago? I have not seen it. I have not seen it, no. I don't know how Cole's gonna... Cole has the ellipses here in the title. I'm not sure if he's gonna complain about it, or he's just that's his clickbait. Because if you guys know, there's one person in the YouTube anime community that basically has an ellipses in every single one of their titles, and that is For Neverworld. I think for the past like 3 or 4 months, every single thing that For Neverworld has ever posted has had 3 dots at some point in the title. I think Devil Fruits are created for mass amounts of people dying like a battleground from a war. What do you think about my theory? Not bad, but I feel like you would have to explain why they keep respawning and whatnot, and I feel like that more has to do with like the presence of the trees. Maybe a bunch of people died fighting next to like an ancient tree, and that's what created it. But I feel like the Devil Fruits definitely come from obviously the tree aspect of it, and that there's more to that than meets the eye. Real talk though, I'm not into furries, but after reading and now seeing Carrot being portrayed in the anime, I'm down with Carrot. Carrot's a cool character, but I don't think she's Nakama. But I think there's a Devil Fruit that manipulates time. Is this like a low-key like Shanks thing? Overall, no. I don't think there's anything that manipulates time. Maybe like Zewaldo. But if there were, it would have to have ridiculous limitations. Ridiculous. Or it would have to be on a character that isn't fighting savvy. It can't be on a fighter. It would have to be kind of like on a person who is there for a certain plot aspect, kind of like Sugar. Real question: what do you think of the pacing of the past chapter? Any predictions? I know a lot of people will complain about it, but for me, this is basically just average One Piece. I thought it was fine. I enjoyed the last chapter. I know a lot of people didn't, but for me, I was like, that was one of the better chapters so far. Foxy manipulates time? Yeah, but there's limitations to Foxy's, right? There would have to be similar limitations. Not just like pause time for like however long you want to and then do whatever the hell you want during that time period. As far as predictions in the next chapter, like overall, I thought the last chapter was probably one of the best we've gotten recently, and definitely the funniest in the entire arc. But if I were to make predictions, I feel like Oda likes having things end off on a cliffhanger. I feel like the Straw Hats are going to reach the Sunny. There's going to be like some dialogue exchange between Luffy and Katakuri, or Katakuri and the crew. They're not going to fight yet, and then Big Mom's going to show up or something. And it's going to be like uh-oh, the Straw Hats are in trouble now. What's going to happen next chapter? And there might be a couple panels with Germa. Or maybe that will wait until Sanji's in Chocolate Town, and then Germa will randomly appear. I have a raisin stuck in my teeth, dude. Oh, God damn it! Other than that, what could possibly happen? The mirror could break. Chopper and Brooke could succeed in breaking the mirror in Nami's room. That could happen. I don't think a super lot's going to happen next chapter, though. That's always a sure bet you should have in a One Piece chapter, is that a lot of One Piece chapters are used for setup. They slowly set things up and they slowly accomplish things. That's the nature of the story. Do I believe in Sampu? Oh, so we're talking about shipping? So as far as it concerns Sanji, I'm divided. Because concerning every other woman in the series, if this weren't like an arc based on marriage, I would say I would probably put the same chance that Sanji has with Pudding that Sanji has with Viola, or Viola or Violet. I would put them in the same category where Oda could just write them off as not being important to the story ever again. But with Pudding, you don't know. Because like for me, I primarily see Sanji as a loner. Like I don't see Sanji ever like settling down with a woman, simply due to his nature. Because like if he did, it would have to be end of series, like something where it's like, oh yeah, he finally did it, not like during the series itself. So I feel like for as far as development goes, Sanji and Pudding probably have the best chance for development in the future. Because the way I envision this arc is that they're going to part, but with the implied aspect that they're going to meet in the future. Kind of like Usopp and Kaya, but obviously different. But it's weird. It depends on where Oda decides to take Pudding. Because if she's going to be a Violet 2.0, then for sure, for the rest of the series, Sanji's never getting in a relationship with a woman. If Oda doesn't choose to expand on it. This is basically Sanji's best chance, I feel like. Let's see, I missed a lot of shit. National Treasure Mary Jo, any ideas? I feel like the strongest idea is Joy Boys, or like the Devil Fruit Tree. But I have some problems with that, simply because is that information that would entirely shake the foundation of the world? Because we knew that if Dofi released that information, it would shake the world. I feel like it's debatable. You kind of want to see Pudding kissing Sanji, and he gets nosebleeds propelled into space and just comes up upon the Nell. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think Oda would ever actually include a real live kissing scene that wasn't a joke, like Frankie and what's her face, or like Robin grabbing Frankie's balls. It's hard to imagine, because if that were to happen, let's say at the end of the arc, there's an actual legitimate, no gag romance scene between Sanji and Pudding, then that would change everyone's aspect and future interactions of One Piece. One Piece would become like a legit, well, then we should expect other people to fall into similar situations kind of thing. I'm not sure if Oda's ready for that, or if Oda wants to do that, per se. But if it were to happen, it will make a lot of sense for it to be solidified with Sanji first, I feel like. It's hard to tell where Oda wants to take it. Because Oda could do so much with Pudding right now. Oda could leave her as just like a static, gaggy character, or you can make it legitimate with the Vinsmokes. If the Vinsmokes come and try and capture Pudding, that sets up the possibility of there being a real relationship between them. If not, then I'll do Viola number 2. I'm banking on Poundhouse Shoko. That means I can say that theory I made 100 like last year. or in January, I think it was. It's still relevant. Why do I think Kaido would help kill Lord Odin? Well, it's implied that Kaido wanted to know the true history, and lots of other things. Kaido has a set agenda that you could speculate, such as things related to Uranus, such as things related to Poneglyphs becoming the Pirate King, or just starting a war. Oda loves trolling his fan base. Yep, I agree. National Treasure of Marijoa is free browsers access. That would shake the world. I'd agree with that. Maybe the leader of the Celestial Dragons is some kind of god or evil god or just a madman who is the reason for the Void Century. I kind of hope so. I kind of hope there is a big, strong, powerful, higher-up guy. Because I'm not sure if I'm sold on Akainu being the final boss or the Gorosei being the final boss of the world government. I don't know. Not sure how I would feel. Because the real problem are really the Celestial Dragons. Would airships be practical in One Piece verse if one didn't have a gravity type ability? I mean, they would be broken. I feel like they would be broken. It would totally defeat the adventure of the Grand Line. All you have to worry about is traversing the sky and not the sea, or the Sea Kings, or the Calm Belt, or the Red Line. It would definitely make it way too easy. You just noticed the XXX Rated. I don't know what to talk about. You don't know what happened before. I basically just talked about hentai. Let's see. Any other questions before? All right, ready for a new Tales game? So, the only Tales game that I have spent hundreds of hours on is Tales of Symphonia. I played Tales of Vesperia, but other than that, I haven't played much more. But Tales of Symphonia was a major part of my childhood. I just never had the time or the money at my age to continue buying lots of games. Zoro versus Law? Oh, God, I don't even know if I want to step in there. Is that Mr. Cricket? Mont Blanc Cricket's going off in the background. How strong will Robin be? End of story. I don't think Robin needs to be super strong. I don't know. I feel like she'll be fine. But she's not going to be like, oh shit, candidate for Monster Trio. She'll be strong, but not like overwhelmingly strong. She'll be strong enough to the point where you're just like, I'm proud of you, Robin. The last big bad will stick to a topical shonen trope of being a god, i.e. Davy Jones. It's potential. Yeah, I can see that happening. Why does Akainu want to capture Jewelry Bonnie? Well, I'm assuming that now that you've asked that, you've probably known the other common speculations concerning Bonnie, and I tend to agree with them. I don't know if I have. I don't think I have a new idea to add on to that. At least as of right now, I haven't really thought about it that much. Are the moons more significant than the fandom gives them credit for? Because I feel like they are heavily related to the history of the One Piece verse. You know, they could, but then again, I'm not sure. I don't know. My gut says no. My gut says no, but I acknowledge the possibility for them to be important. One Piece ladies are nerfed severely. One Piece women are nerfed severely. that all has to do with Oda's interpretation of women and what they should be doing. Will Robin be the Brook of Wano? Oh, that would be sick. Get some Robin spotlight. I would fucking want that. Give Robin some love. I actually think that could be a pretty good possibility for multiple reasons. One, obviously, poneglyphs, blah. Two is that Robin arguably has the best way of countering swordsmen. She disarmed Zoro very easily whenever they first met, and she would actually have a pretty good matchup if she doesn't get speed blitzed. That'd be a good way for her to shine. And she has a good support. She's good support just like Nami. I hope she gets some spotlight. But then again, I feel like everyone in Wano is going to do something very important, so it's not just going to be focused solely on Robin. So maybe not necessarily the Brook, since if the whole crew is going to be there, you can't focus on just like a few individual people, right? That'd be hard. What's the point of opening the borders of Wano? Well, I mean, there's like generic reasons that I can give you, but in reality, that all depends on what the actual plotline is for Wano, like the history we don't know. The obvious plotline would be for them to change their ways and be open to the world, kind of like how Japan eventually opened their borders, to Westernization, instead of sticking down to their old ways. What do I think the consequences of Reverie will be? I don't know if the Shichibukai system is going to be abolished at Reverie. If you believe that, then that carries a lot of weight, because that will involve other characters, because that would directly involve Hancock, and she would have to be put back into the story, almost forcibly, if that were to happen. But I feel like the most important consequences of Reverie is going to be Alabasta, Vivi, and Cobra. Potentially either, Cobra dying, or, Alabasta being exiled from the world government and then losing its protection. Which a lot of good that did them with Crocodile. Thoughts on Luffy possibly getting a weapon like a staff, or would you rather see him staying a brawler? Oh, so I'm assuming that you are referencing the staff as according to, Luffy's representation of Sun Wukong from, the stories, right? I don't think Luffy's ever going to get, a weapon. Because for me, the Sun Wukong aspect of having the Jingu Bang, that was basically given to Nami. Nami has that. It would be weird for Luffy to also have a staff-based weapon that he would then have in the story, because that would kind of, take away from Nami's originality and make you question why Oda did that in the first place. And Luffy has kind of been portrayed as someone who sucks at using weapons. He's a brawler. Put him up. The only times I can see Luffy using a weapon is that he's not going to use it, seriously. It's going to be, kind of like how Luffy managed to use a sword when he was Nightmare Luffy, where he didn't actually know how to use it until he got the shadow of a swordsman or marine swordsman. I think that's the only time you're really going to see Luffy use weapons. Who do I think has the last road poneglyph? I think Elbaf has it. That would be my guess. What do I think of the idea of Jewelry Bonnie being related to Big Mom? Makes sense, right? Look at the ship, look at the personalities. It makes sense. But it's weird that we haven't seen a single reference to Bonnie in the entirety of Whole Cake Island, because we're never coming back. You would assume something would have been mentioned. Loki was mentioned. Lola was mentioned. We have all this exposition, but no Bonnie. Capone's there too. I don't know. I feel like it would slowly start to lose weight. Hashoko says, I personally like the idea of Bonnie being inspired by Big Mom as a pirate, like how Luffy was inspired by Shanks. Cool. That's a really cool idea. That's a really cool idea. You think Dragon fucked the Kainu and made him pregnant with him? You fucking troll. Do I think Zoro will be defeated by one of the Calamities before Luffy ends up getting to Wano? I do. So I'm not sure. I don't think it has to be Calamity, but I do think Zoro could end up being defeated by the time they get to Wano. That would be the ultimate, like, what? Zoro got beat while Luffy was away? That would be like the ultimate, what? But on the other hand, it would kind of be way too similar to Zoe. Whereas, the events were already settled by the time they got to Zoe. And there would basically be another Zoe flashback, another like, here, let me catch up on everything that happened. But I definitely think it could happen. But to a Calamity, I think it would be more realistic that would happen to a samurai. Because Zoro said he would round up all of the samurai before Luffy got to Wano. So that's him not engaging in an engagement with Kaido. So he would actually lose to another swordsman before he fought Mihawk. Which I know a lot of fans would get salty over. Zoro fanboys would start cutting their wrists and saying how Oda's a bad story writer because Zoro lost. Imagine if Compote could create devil fruits by touching fruits. Oh, fucking kill me. No way. Fire 7, god damn it. Let's see. Elvin, Lee, Lucy. I highly doubt any of the supernovas have Yonko parents. I would doubt that as well. Yeah. Sam says, any fan fictions that I've read? I have read a lot of fan fictions, guys. I think I even have yeah, I got a lot. Although, to be truthful, I have one that I have cried reading multiple times too, simply because it's like a recap of like the Straw Hats going through Luffy's memories, and it's really emotional. But yeah, I have lots of ones. Oh no, what do you mean? Any fanfictions of Whitebeard and Big Mom? Oh fuck, get the hell out of here. What is Saba's bounty? Somewhere between 800 million and probably 1.2 billion. It's not going to be so far above Katakuri that people are like, wow, look at that, Sabo-kun. It's going to be, I think it's going to be more realistic. I've seen some people say 2 billion easy, which there's no way. Your favorite fanfiction was Joyboy X dislike button. Yo, Joyboy doesn't give a shit if you guys dislike his videos. You watched it. Were any of the fanfictions about Luna? A majority of them were. Admittedly, Cold Killer, I have read a lot of Luna fanfiction. And I have read a lot of bad Luna fanfiction. I feel like I could write way better fanfictions than some of the people who write fanfiction. Oh, you're for Weevil being the real son of Whitebeard? It's a possibility. I mean, I'm like 50-50. Also, going back to fanfictions, I've read a lot of fanfictions that just have never been finished. People just drop it. I remember one, this is like going off the topic a little bit, but there's one called like A Smile Worth Dying For, I think it's called. And basically it's a story about like in modern times, like in the real world right now, Luffy was a boy who was basically diagnosed with an incurable disease, and he can't do all of the things that normal children can do. And basically throughout the story, like he's always confined in his home. He like when he was young, he was diagnosed. He started cutting marks onto his hands, onto his wrists, counting down the days he had left to live, which caused like an emotional scene with Ace and whatnot. And he gets back his reason to live as he starts meeting Zoro, Nami, and the gang. And it's like really emotional because everyone starts to figure out that Luffy is eventually going to die, like his sickness is taking over. And it's really sad. It has some heartwarming moments, and because this is Luffy when he's like 7 or 8 years old, so it's like really innocent. And the person never finished it. And it was a really good one. I really enjoyed it. Have I read Chopper's final mission? What, to be a food supply to the Straw Hats? Hey, Dritz, what do you think about the idea of Luffy's true power being elasticity, not rubber? Potential being able to stretch the space-time. I don't think so. I would say unlikely. But oh yeah, Coco, you don't like the alternate universe ones? I find a lot of bad alternate universe fan fictions, but that was one of the rare good ones that I found. Because I'm usually in the same boat as you. I don't really like the alternate universe ones, but that was a rare good one. I've read a decent amount of good fan fiction, but it's kind of rare. Because for me, it feels like a lot of the fan fiction writers are foreign people that are having their work translated, and so it comes out as being really like sloppy or poorly thought out. Marco versus Mihawk, who do you think would win? Mihawk, definitely. Not easy though, but Mihawk would win. I'm a Mihawk fanboy. I love Mihawk, so. Hang on, I haven't watched episode 803. Luffy slapping Cracker. Did that happen in the manga? No. That's just Toei adding in stuff. I think Roger even asked that on Twitter while he was watching the episode. Have I read the short speculation from this guy called Six King Young about Luffy's next power up? Fucking fuck me. Let me hold on. Six King Young. Let me look this boy up. Profile page. God damn it. I'm gonna let me see. Theories and speculations. Is it gear enhancements? Is that what it is? Hmm. I haven't read this. I've only heard bad things about Six King Gung, but I've never personally talked to him. So like I feel like people meme a lot about this Six King Gung guy, but I have no clue who he is, and I've never actually read anything bad about him. But I don't know. Is that you, Silvers? People say some weird things about you on Oral Jackson, dude. But let's. Yeah, that's right. Silvers get mad. What's my original name? I'm not telling you guys that. You guys will look me up and stuff. Like, hey, look at Dritz. How strong do I think Nolan is? I think Nolan's reasonably strong. I'm just looking at this thing real quick. So basically, enhancements is Luffy is on fire in gear second. Okay, cool. Oh, basically just Luffy being on fire. Is that it? I'm not going to read the whole thing, but from the pictures alone, that appears to be the premise, which is whatever. Have I seen your Boltico theory? No, no, I haven't. Let me type in my boy. Al Shoko. There he is, my boy. No results found. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, there it is. Let's see what the hell is this? What the hell is this thing talking about? Profile page kun. Oh, you have a bleach background. Cool, cool. Theories. Scorched Baltigo. Oh, here it is, boys. Oh, this is a long ass theory. Oh, there's a lot of pictures actually. I have not read this, but I'm gonna bookmark this so I can read it later. Have you ever looked at theories for Luffy's next gear using physics? I've read a few, but usually I think a lot of them fall short of what shonen actually is. I think they're cool, but I don't think they're like right. I think they're like things like you would look at. I'm just gonna bring up my sofa real quick so I can put my feet on it. Oh, I can lie back and relax. Oh, that's my bathrobe right there. Boom, baby. Scorch Baltigo? Yeah. It was. Mm. Mm. All right, there we go. Just looks like my name would be Josh. I can tell you guys my first name. My first name is Evan. It is not Josh. But don't call me Evan if you don't know me. Call me Dritz. Hey, Dritz, what is your theory for the One Piece Last War? Well, I don't really have anything new. Sorry to tell you. I'm kind of in the same boat with everyone else where I haven't actually thought that far into the series as to speculate what exactly are going to be the intricate details of, everything. I mean, I have like random general thoughts, but it's nothing like concrete or super in depth. Rewind a bit. Weird stuff like what? I don't know. Like this may be my memory, but I feel like people think you're a troll in Oro Jackson Silvers. I'm not sure because like if you guys know, I'm not like an active member. Like I just like go to the PMs and stuff. Like I'm a PM member. Like I'm in a PM. But I've heard people refer to you as a troll. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Did Frankie make himself out of Wapple metal or just Frankie Shogun? I don't know. The Luna PM? You goddamn right I'm in the Luna PM, bitch. That's the only PM I'm in. I have PM to other people, like, I have you, Dizzy. How old am I? 23 years old, so I'm basically dead. I don't have that much longer to live. Yeah, but so like I know you like, but like seriously, I don't really know that many people on Oro Jackson. I've only hate one person on Oro Jackson, but I have heard trolly things about you. You never got invited back? Oh, why not? Maybe I'll. Was there a reason? Maybe I'll ask and have them invite you back. Hey, Dritz, thoughts on Kobe and Hamapo's current power level? Somewhere around captain or a little bit above that. I don't think they're super strong. I think they're always basically going to be weaker than Luffy. You turned 23 3 days ago. See, I'm like, I don't know if you guys like noticed, but like, I don't really seem like I'm super old. At least I don't think I look super old. But just the number itself makes me feel like I'm ancient. Who's the person I hate? Take a guess. Take a guess. I feel like you. I feel like you know. You turn 20. You start to feel old. I feel like you start to feel old whenever you're going into like your final year of college. Because you're like, wow, real life. Hey, Dritz, what are your thoughts on the attack on Oral Jackson? Awful. Awful, awful, awful. Oh, I'm actually really proud that Joy Boy made that video. Nico Law, Kishido. I know a lot of people hate both those people. Nico Law, I don't really hate them because like it's kind of obvious. Whenever you see someone with the name Nico Law, you know they're kind of going to be super biased, and nothing that they've really said has really gotten me to the point where I'm like, Jesus Christ, this person's stupid. But they're obviously up there and being annoying. And it's not Sanji-kun, but you're getting closer. You're getting closer. I've argued with this person continuously over the past few weeks, and every time they post, it's something completely unconstructive. It's usually just bitching or just for their like own headcanon. And if it doesn't go to that, it's called bullshit. And it gets really old. It does. It's so annoying to talk to them because they're just the same thing nonstop. And they can never see things another way. They're always right. And they never can see that there could be a possibility for two different trains of thought. Never approach them. Myself is one of the people I hate. I'm not a huge fan of myself, but that's right. How Shoko has it. I hate D Sanji. D Sanji is probably for on Oral Jackson that I've interacted with, and just my personal experience, is one of the most asinine, sexist people I've ever come across when it concerns One Piece in the fandom. Not a big fan of him. Very ignorant. What do you want to see in a new Nakama? I feel like if I were an average fan, I would say it's got to be a girl so we can have more boobs. But, no, I've said this a lot before, that one of the things I wish there was in One Piece were lancers. Basically, if you guys ever watched Fate Stay Night, I want people who use lances or spears to have an active role in the series because I feel like that would be sweet. As far as other qualities, obviously they have to have a gag, that thing that makes them, that makes them unique. Cool character design, badass moments. I'm not overly that picky when it comes to Nakama, actually. I feel like if it makes sense, if Luffy likes them, I'm cool with it. D Sanji is funny in a bad way. The shit I have seen D Sanji say, oh my fucking god, it makes me want to take my brain out and throw it against the wall and put it back in there and see if I can make sense of what he's trying to say. Because honestly, it comes off as just completely asinine. Because I remember before, D Sanji basically, he claims to be a Nami fan, and you guys know I'm a Nami fanboy. And anytime he gets the chance, he will completely shit all over Nami, calling her useless and a liability against Big Mom. And he will just make fun of her for decades and then say, yeah, I love Nami. She looks cute. And it really pisses me off because he's always just trying to pander. Like, if you're going to be real, be real. Who the hell is D Sanji? He's a member on Oral Jackson. That's been there, I think, for a while. He has like 8,500 posts. And he is an annoying individual to speak with. Yeah, D Sanji was like, what is Nami greater than Roger now? And fucking everything he says, it usually just, I don't know. Some things he says make sense. It's not all the time. But on average, the things he says, come on, bro. It's so obvious he has an agenda. Dritz, do you think Strap Pirates need a new member with a broken devil fruit? I don't think so. Would it be cool? Yeah, sure, but they don't need it. You don't need devil fruits. How strong do I think Mont Blanc Nolan truly was? However strong do you think Cowgirl was? I think they're about equal. Savage, yeah, I mean, I can be pretty savage, bro. To be honest, he does the same thing with the Vince Smokes and saying he likes them. He likes saying anything. Like he completely flip flops. He hates pudding and he flip flops more than pudding. Ridiculous. I could go back and find some stupid shit he said. I'm new to Oral Jackson. Jits, can you sum up this site with one word? Variety. Variety would be the word I would say. Because not everyone Oral Jackson is the same. You will find a group that you fit into on Oral Jackson. You will find friends that you like, people who share the same ideas that you do. But then you're also going to hear things that make you mad, which is something you would expect to. If you guys have never had experiences on forums, this is a guarantee to happen on every forum. I used to be a part of a different forum for like a video game for 4 years, 4 or 5 years. And I came across that same thing. You're going to find people you love and people you hate, and then people that you don't have an opinion on because it's a really vast organization. For the most part, though, I find Oral Jackson to be a really cool website. But obviously, there are things that annoy me, and I'm going to comment more about the things that annoy me than the things that I like. So that's kind of human. But I would recommend getting an Oral Jackson account. It's really fun. I'm not super active on there, but when I am, it's fun. What do I think about Tist the Theorist? What the hell? How many times did I fall in love in my life? One. Well, it's weird. I'm not sure if I've ever truly fallen in love, but I've had infatuations with people. Like I knew that I liked them, but I never actually like was so desperately in love that whenever I don't know, truly in love, probably zero. But I've had people that I've liked. I wouldn't say I love them. I've had people I've liked, never love. Read the ETG thread again? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, actually, we're going to do that. Dritz, variety is the right way to put it. Only Holy One is still my god, bro. If you haven't heard of Holy One, you've been sleeping. I've been sleeping then. What is Holy One? I don't know. Yeah, Pudding seemingly has a broken devil fruit now. Okay, yeah, I'll go back. I gotta go back to the PM that you linked it to me. Let me. All right, I'm gonna see. Hold on. I'm gonna go to the link that you linked me in the PM, Dizzy. Fuck, I gotta go find it. Where is it? God damn it. Aha! I have found it. Holy One has the most likes on Aura Jackson. It has been missing for almost a year. Oh? Well, I don't know. All right, boys, let me see. Boop doop. I'm gonna decrease this. Going to slightly enlarge this. Change over. Screen application. Bada boom, bada bing. All right. All right, boys, we're reading this. We're reading this shit. How many times do I literally fall? How many times do you fall literally on a weekly basis? Fall? Probably zero. I have pretty good balance, I feel like. Do I watch Game of Thrones? I actually don't. I have watched the first episode, and that is the extent of my Game of Thrones experience. What's my favorite One Piece arc? Marineford. That's where I got hooked into the show, just like everyone else, because I was an anime only watcher to begin with. All right, guys, let's read this cancer. Actually, I'm gonna make this a little bigger. Let me see. Does that look bigger? I gotta zoom in, maybe. All right, does that look fine to you guys? That's good. Best way to reach me, Guruguru. I have a question for you. So, I feel like people have asked me this. There was a person that DM'd me on Twitter about like a marketing company, and I'm pretty sure it's a scam. Or at least that's what it appears to be, because I asked Joyboy about it, and he seems to get similar messages, and I just ignored it. Are you someone who's with that with them? How's this? Is that good? All right, good. But the best way to reach me is DMs on Twitter. I respond way faster. Yeah, YouTube messages, like there's no notification for YouTube messages, so I rarely respond. All right, guys, this. Speaking of the devil, this is the person that I actually have a hatred towards on Oral Jackson. So, if Sanji did fight Katakuri, but he was in a team up for Sanji, Jinbei, and Luffy, if Sanji is able to get the last hit and final blow, would that be counted as Sanji's win? All right, as even though he needed the help of others to beat Katakuri, would that still be counted as Sanji beating him? In my opinion, it should be, as Luffy got help from people, blah blah, would it be Dofi? I only started this thread as I see many people saying that even if Sanji was able to hit the final hit, it wouldn't be counted as his win. Oh god, here's our boy Rufy. I hope we don't have to worry about this because he beats him a... Alright, I'm back. What the fuck is this bullshit? It would be a win, but Zoro fans would still say it's not a real one. Sanji is so... Oh my fucking god. Alright, alright, alright. The winner is always the person who lands the final attack. A third party would let two factions finish things. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh my god. Something reasonable. I highly doubt that he can beat him alone. Alright, good, good, good. I want to see that. More of that, Sanji. All right. Oh, Dizzy Brows, bringing some knowledge. It could be considered as a win after so much L he's taken through the arc. This person's trying to trigger. Oh, dude, this guy has Rack from Tower of God as his avatar. Fucking yeah. There we go. That's my boy. Oh, here's our boy Dizzy right here. I think if everyone helps out and puts damage and everyone contributes to the win, so it should be shared. I agree. I don't really consider Luffy being Doflamingo on his own. I think he can beat Dofi, but in Dressrosa, him and Law beat Dofi. Facts. What the fuck is this? Your signature's hilarious. All right, all right, all right. That'll be a win for the team. All right, all right. We're spitting facts here. Oh, is this some shade? 1,057,000,000 versus 177,000,000. 10 times the bounty or almost Kappa. Not sure where this Sanji versus Katakuri trend started, but at least it makes me laugh every time I come. Boger, my boy. Oh, this is my homie, Den Den. What is with all these Sanji versus Katakuri threads? And a 1v1 Katakuri would stomp. It's not even a question, that's a fact. On topic, how in the world does it count as Sanji's victory if it was a 3v1? Some people are just so desperate to give him a W so they conveniently forget everyone else who contributed to the fight. Luffy versus Kakashi was a team victory for him and Nami. That's true. There's no reason Sanji would take the solo credit if Katakuri did fall. Fact. You should have this mentality. Everyone gets a piece of the pie. What the fuck? Bounty is not everything. That's true. Sanji will beat Katakuri. That is not true. There is no way in hell Sanji can beat Katakuri right now. No way. It's actually impossible. Does he? Come on. All right, this is another group battle. All right. All right. I want to see some troll stuff. Yes, you're absolutely right, mate. Who cares if he was helpless against Dolph? Oh, shit. He's going to destroy Katakuri and light a cigarette over his corpse. 10 out of 10 power scaling. GG, well played, Oda Kappa. Oh, my God. Savage. The characters are only as strong as Oda makes them, and Katakuri is builded up as a perfect Sanji opponent just because of observation hockey, okay? And other than his fight against Mingo, this time it's his position. He is the second strongest Straw Hat around, and Katakuri is the second strongest Char. Is this after Big Mom? Okay. So I'm pretty sure he will win. What the fuck? What is this arc about? Does you guys even know? You don't believe that? People are gonna gang up on Rufy. Dizzy. I don't know him being the second strongest character around. Jinbei is here, although not for long. What, you think Jinbei's gonna die, Dizzy? No way. But yeah, I just think the power jump would be a little too distract. I'm just gonna say this big. From having a bit humility defeat against Dofi to yeah, this is all true. To taking down Katakuri, who has been portrayed to be stronger than Dofi and Luffy as well. Yep. What the hell? The person said, I don't believe that. I do. He will win against this jelly beans throwing flower pot. What? Oh my fucking God. Kill me. I don't think Katakuri is stronger than Mingo. Luffy needed the help of almost everyone on Dressrosa in 2 rounds to defeat a weakened Mingo. Well, he just needed Rain against Cracker. What? What? No way. No way. Well, keep in mind this is set in March 26th, so there's a lot of information missing. All right, let's see. Let's read the next comment. In what universe would Oda give the final blow to Sanji when Luffy is there? If Luffy is participating in the fight, wouldn't he be the one to finish Katakuri unless you think that HM, what is HM? Is greater than Gear 4 or whatever power up Luffy comes with next. HM. What the fuck is HM? Guys, tell me. What is HM? Whatever. This scenario is implausible to begin with. 2 of the worst generation are there, and people think they won't have the spotlight against the Yonko and the Commanders. Come on. Hell members. Hell mem. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay. You right. You right. Blah blah blah. Okay, we got some comments. Cool, cool. Oh, we got to get back to Rufy. Every time he says something, it's gonna be gold, and that's the reason why he is stronger than Carter Curry. Also, as I said in the spoiler thread, Carter Curry's name comes from a plant, while Sanji uses fire in fights, and he's using this to justify Sanji being strong. God, fuck. All right, all right. I'm gonna go into the middle of this thread and see what the hell is happening because this is lacking context. I'm gonna go to page, let's say page 8, and let's see what people are saying. Let's see. I want to see some salt. Okay. All right. Little Bunny 123. Who hyped Jack? Everyone called him Sanji level. You guys know that meme where like the guy's blinking his eyes? Insert that right here. I even saw someone call him Oos. This guy's trolling. This guy's got to be trolling. No way. All right, all right, all right. Cool, cool. All right. Some more speculation. Some random things. Oh. Let's see. I want to see some more salt. Why skip fights? Blah blah blah. Is anyone here watching? I'm automatically skipping this. Sanji, I don't know how he expected to create this thread and it wouldn't turn into a Sanji thing. At least he admitted Sanji would get raped. But it's weird. I could swear that either Sanji-kun or Sanji had an avatar of Sanji fighting Katakuri equally. So I think he's just pandering here, maybe. I want to see some more salt. Are people comparing Pika and Katakuri? What? Sanji is the main player in the current arc. Oda will be giving him plot armor and probably make him take out one of the Sweet Commanders and make him cool as fuck. Oh boy. We got that badass Zoro moment in Dressrosa. Now it's Sanji's time. And what would be the best way to do that? Of course, by making him take out one of the Sweet Commanders. Not true. This person's name is just L. Oh my god. Fuck. All right, this kind of makes a little sense. Zoro Senpai's. Oh, I got unread conversation. Is this something else that you? All right, Daisy. All right, Daisy. Let's see what you got. This thread is pretty funny. Okay, guys, we're going to. Why is Vista used to downplay Mihawk but not Brook for Big Mom? Oh God. What the hell? That's a pretty cool username. And Vista fights a non-serious Mihawk and stalemates him in a light duel. Stalemate. Brook fights a non-serious Big Mom and injures one of her homies. What's the double standards if we compare opponents Vista is on a much higher caliber than Brook? Lothar says, I don't think anyone downplaying Mihawk with that argument is being serious, since it was obvious that he wasn't giving his all. Fact. But the same can be said about Vista, to be honest. Also true. Which isn't the case in the Brook versus Big Mom duel, which is basically Brook going all out and exhausting himself versus Big Mom trying to do minimal damage to Brook so that he remains in contact. Yeah, it's true. So, no, it's not double standards because the circumstances are completely different. Oh, this person's speaking some truth right here, boys. The duel between Brook and Big Mom lasted longer since it was off panel twice. Mihawk called off the fight with Vista after a short duel. I don't even know what's even the point of this. I don't understand. Big Mom could easily submit Brook if she wanted to, but he is still injured one of our homies. Neither Vista or Mihawk got injured. You're also ignoring the massive gulf in strength between Vista and Brook. Oh, Chili Cobra. Oh, this guy. I feel like this guy's this just tries to trigger people. Every week during the spoiler thread, he just comes in and talks about how much better Hunter x Hunter is than One Piece. I didn't see Vista on the bed next to Mihawk destroyed to the core while being treated like a pet, though, but I must have forgotten that part. Because Shanks fanboys will find anything to downplay Mihawk so their favorite Yonko can always seem superior. Kappa. Let's go down to some more. I don't know why this is a thread. Mihawk is more impressive for me. Yeah, Big Mom, probably no diff Brook in the end, but the fact that Prometheus got injured by him, who is a father to Big Mom, made me choose Mihawk as more impressive. Although Mihawk didn't defeat his opponent like Big Mom, he still fought Vista, someone who was far, far stronger than Brook, and he came out with 0 injuries. I don't even know why this is a thread. Why does this need to be a comparison? They're different characters. Hashoko, oh shit. Oh shit. By the way, this is the panel that I use for memes, and people replaced Vista with Napoleon, and this is Napoleon. Wait, just look at Mihawk WSM's thread about Big Mom being more. I gotta see this shit. Profile page. What? What is this talking about? This user's profile is not available. Oh, fuck. Please skim the trash by Naomi Rose. All right, let me check out some Naomi Rose. Fuck. Did I spell it wrong? Naomi. Oh, I'm not posting by members. Naomi. Boom. Oh, this got a bottom picture. All right, let's look at profile of page. Ooh. Recent activity. Ooh. Profile post. I don't care. Give a shit about that. The anime should take a 1 to 2 year break. What should I even be looking up, Silvers? Oh, the Mihawk guy was banned? I'm not surprised. Actually, guys, I have something I need to show you. Den Muchi. Oh, there we go. Den Muchi has probably one of the funniest signatures I've ever seen in my entire life. Page, boop. Where is their signature? Postings, blah, blah, blah. I just go to one of our postings. I'll just boom, boop, boop. Boom, let's just go here. Fuck! That was on the profile. Let's just go here. Fuck. All right, guys. Wait, where's Denden Mushi? Where's Denden? God damn it. Why am I so bad at this? Fuck! Aha! Here it is. Alright, guys, read these comments with me, boys. Read these. Where you see a simple concept, I see a deformation of the concept of swordsman and even its annihilation. Yeah, I know. Shut up, Dizzy! So this person is implying that swordsmanship is not going to be in the studios anymore. Kuma Hacks is greater than Kizaru, unless it's a mindless Kuma. Doflamingo is around as strong as Kuzan. What? Fuck. Alright. Now, if you will allow me to theorize, here's what I say what happened to Carmel. I'm going to travel fucking right here and fuck it. That's not the important part anyway. Carmel gave the candy to the fat girl, erased the children, and fled while the Marines went to pick up Linlin. Linlin's fucking defeated everyone. Probably waking Haoshoka and the whole fucking... Anyway, what happened to her in her 62 years is difficult to say, but at some point the island turned whole cake. Whitebeard, that's a pretty sword lying on the ground. Let me pick it up. Me, no, Whitebeard, don't. The Mihawk Wankers will. Mihawk Wankers, Mihawk greater than Whitebeard confirmed. Viku said, Sanji mid-diffs if we give Zoro the benefit of the doubt that he can dodge and block an attack from someone as Katakuri who can see into the future. What? What the fuck is this? Sanji mid-diffs if we give Zoro the benefit of the doubt that he can dodge and block an attack from someone from Katakuri. What? Here's our boy D. Sanji. Sanji surprise attacked him twice. Wait, DD? Is that Don Quixote Doflamingo? Has shown no... What? Wait, what? Don Quixote Doflamingo has never shown observation hockey feats and doesn't have it. I'm going to ignore that. Roanoa D. Luffy. What the kind of name is that? Then Luffy will turn into Tank Man and he will beat the crap out of Fujitora. Fuji just sent trash houses into the sky while King Kong split the town in two. Because Luffy is stronger than Big Mom, yet weaker than other Yonko. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Hell, Vista may even be the actual world's strongest swordsman since Mihawk didn't face him before. Alright, okay. Alright. We got another one from D. Sanji. Zoro has no power-up, shown by the fact he doesn't use Asura post-time skip, but he is using recycled Centaurio techniques, while Sanji making the most out of Diablo Jambe proves he has something else. Do you guys see the twisting of the logic here? It's fucking insane. Oh, shit. I'm sorry if this offends anyone, but this stuff is honestly fucking hilarious. Holy shit. Triggered. Dritz triggered in chat. Rudger says, Robin knows navigation too. Everything Nami can do, Robin can do 100 times better. What? What? Guys? What? D. Sanji. And Sanji demolished Luffy. So I'm assuming this is reference to Sanji D. Sanji defending Sanji, beating up Luffy when Luffy literally wasn't defending himself. Alright. Yes, just what to expect from one of the most knowledgeable posters of this thread. LOL. If anything, Oro Jack should be thankful to have me. Just imagine what this thread would be like if it was left to Topi, Jeremy's, the Hero Illusions, and the... If you know about anything about Oro Jackson, this is actually a funny post. On this day, a lone wolf famous pirate happened to be invited to the biggest stage to fight. This 39-year-old man woke up excited for the first time in a while. Today is the day. I can finally get to witness the gap and show my skills, says Hawkeye. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the world's strongest swordsman. Prepare yourself for a beating, the announcer. Sengoku the GOAT. At that time, the Hawkman thought to himself and said, I guess this is... I know Denden's a Hawkeye fangirl, so... this is kind of out of context, so... Thiago Lucio. People just don't realize that Luffy is stronger than Ace, which was probably at Admiral level or very near to it. Holy shit. Tankman is way stronger than most Admirals, but weaker than Akainu. Luffy could beat Fujitora if he wanted to. Mingo was defeated without the Tankman form. Uh-huh. 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 Keep going. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, okay. John Bex. You can almost hear countless Zoro fanboys screaming in joy as they pull out their Marimo 3000 lube to wank it. That's a good comment. Nico Law. Oh my god, Nico Law. Zoro always put a sword on his mouth because he wants a D. He also had sex with Mihawk so he could be trained by him. Rukushi says, I wrote fucking today. I strongly defended the fact that Great Mother and her pirates did not fall into this bow. And it really does not seem like they fall. I already write that I would stop this confrontation that would be virtually an instant defeat to the side of the Luffy's covenant. What? And now there is no more doubt that a fight is not necessary, and they will have to do something about the ruined castle, and that only us, an alternative, is to get the damn gorilla of the Great Mother from above the castle. What the hell does that even mean? His dream has become the world's strongest swordsman. If world's strongest swordsman gets defeated by others become world's strongest swordsman. And Zoro, if he betrays world's strongest swordsman, he will be world's strongest swordsman. And no fight between him and Kuwait wasn't serious. There was way too much world's strongest swordsman in this comment. Holy crap. Being a fat male is better than being a male with the body of a teenage emo girl with anorexia. And said fat male runs faster than said teenage girl. What an embarrassing specimen Law is. Like I said, nerd's wet dream. What? Oh, that guy needs to be fucking... Oh, what the hell? Red Admiral says, there is no reason for Shanks to be stronger... To not be stronger than Roger. If you think there is, name one. There is no reason for Shanks to not be stronger than Roger. Okay. Zoro sucked Mihawk because Mihawk had lust, and he only trained him after Zoro slept with him. That's just like your logic. And then after this, Zoro and Sanji also had sex with each other. What the hell? John Bex. Anyone remembers Vice Admiral Shu who destroyed Zoro and who would probably destroy all other Straw Hats? What happened to that guy? He had one of the most broken devil fruits out there. Dude could destroy Mihawk easily in any other swordsman. Big Mom stands before Mihawk and says to him, treat or life. And Mihawk shits on his pants and Big Mom takes out the rest of his miserable life of lonely masturbations. Kaido makes Mihawk his pet, and Blackbeard doesn't even need the darkness Logia to create a black hole into Mihawk's ass. What the fuck? As for bandages, Sengoku was in bandages too. Is that mean Sengoku was at his limit? Bandages could be for respect for their fallen comrades in the war. Oh my god. What the hell? And the last one, probably an unpopular opinion, but I think Nami will be stronger than Sanji, end of story. Maybe even Zoro. Come on, bro. Come on. Kill me. What's this, my boy? Big Mom. Oh. Alright, alright. This guy's using Joy Boy's video? Big Mom is the Moria for the younger, so... Oh, this is to justify that Big Mom's really weak. Oh, okay. I don't agree with that, obviously. Alright, boys. We're streaming for 10 more minutes, and I'm going to call it a night, because it's basically 3 a.m. here. Ask me any crazy question you want me to answer, and I will answer it. Yo, Omac, how's it going, my boy? I will answer any and all questions for until 2:55, and I'm going to end it for real, I promise. Fujimori versus Mihawk? It'd be close. It'd be close, I think. And it has nothing to do with Mihawk being a better swordsman or anything. Fuji has a really overpowered devil fruit. It'd be close. Stream's lagging a little. Yeah, I think that happens whenever I go from screen share back a lot. Maybe I'll find something spicy to show you guys. Oh, let's make that. All right. We're just going to oh no, me. Damn it. Why can't I? I'll just leave it on screen share. We'll go here. Dang. Would. No, that wouldn't work. I was trying to show you guys this funny picture I found, but oh well. Do people wink on Oro Jackson like really all the time? If Nami had a kid with Luffy, what would they name it? Boofy. Like Boruto. Let me see. To be real, I don't know. Maybe Ace? Like as a remembrance of Ace? What are virtual particles and how much damage can you measure them? Shut up. You think Mihawk will ever face Shiryu? I think it's possible, but I don't think it's necessary for the story. Say it, Dizzy. Who do I think Zoro's last opponent was going to be? It's either going to be an Admiral or it's going to be Mihawk. In my opinion. I would still want Mihawk. Or at least, after Mihawk, someone who is on or above Mihawk's level. That doesn't have to be a swordsman. So potentially an Admiral. To fully test them. Maybe I can... Oh, I think I can find a way to show you guys this picture. Let me just go to... Bloop, bloop. That's not what I wanted. Sign in. Sign in. All right. I can show you this guy's now. All right. All right. All right. I'll go back to comments. Yo, Papa Whitebeard, how's it going? Damn, for some reason your streams have loaded for me. I just get static. That's weird. Big Mom versus Luffy versus Bonnie in an eating contest. Who wins? I think Luffy would win that, just simply because he's rubber. On a scale from 1 to 10, what is your favorite color in the alphabet? Do I think there will be a big unexpected twist in Whole Cake Island, or will it play out according to popular expectation? I hope there's a twist, dude. I hope so. Dritz, would you personally like Straw Hats getting more than one Nakama during or at the end of this arc? I mean, I feel like Jinbei's the only one who could possibly be a new Nakama, but I would not be opposed to other ones. What are your thoughts on the Kyrie Thomas swap? Though IT was injured and the trade could get voided by the Cavs. I mean, just like I don't know if you listen to Chris Broussard, Haoshoku, but I think he's the best NBA analyst in the entire like world, basically, or at least that's popularized on TV. And I agree with him that I think that by a small margin, the Cavs won because for me, Kyrie isn't even a top 5 point guard. But that was assuming that Isaiah was healthy. Now that Isaiah and the thing could get voided, it would obviously this looks bad. But if IT was healthy, then obviously the Cavs won that. So bad. That's not. Yeah, you guys like that? That's right. Isn't that sexy? Sanji-kun. See you Silvers. I don't know, Papa. It might be just be your internet or something, because I feel like everyone else is going to be fine. I think most people are. Maybe it's my internet. I don't know, dude. Is this photo going to be somehow? I'm not uploading the stream. I'm going to delete it as soon as I'm done streaming. So, come end of story. How many Nakama will be part of the crew, excluding the fleet? So just on the Thousand Sunny. I don't think there's going to be many more Nakama, to be honest. Max 13. Max. So I consider Jinbei Nakama already. So maybe 2 to 3 more people at the most. A Kunoichi would be nice. I would actually really love a female ninja, but I feel like that's strictly going to be saved for Raizo. Actually, I feel like the only important female ninja in Wano is strictly going to have a relationship with Raizo. Chibi could always sleep in the fish tank. Raizo over Kinemon or Kanjuro? I mean, in personal like, I think I like Kinemon more than Raizo or Kanjuro. But in terms of battle, we don't even know, dude. Probably Kinemon, I would say, over them. Do I think the next chapter will have some real fighting in it? No. Not in the sense that you're thinking. I think there's, at most, as I said before, Whole Cake Island is an arc of clashes. So I don't think there's going to be a full-fledged flight. I agree, Hashoku. The last picture left more scars. I know you liked it. Let me see, what else do I got? What other spicy shit do I got? Mm-hmm. I got another one for you guys. Fire Tank Pirates versus Heart Pirates. I like Law more, so I'd vote Law. Dritz, Luffy is stated to be like Roger, but at the same time, Roger versus Shiki went down, it seemed like Roger had more than 13 people on his ship, so will this be a thing for Luffy too? Potentially, but I don't think there will be. Because while Luffy is a parallel to Roger, Luffy is also going to be better than Roger. He's going to succeed where Roger failed, but I don't think Luffy needs like a full-on like decked crew. Luffy likes to keep things small, I think. Well, that sucks, Kobe, but better give your dad what she wants. Why are people overhyping Roger? Because he's the Pirate King. That's basically it. All right, we'll get another one there, guys. Let me see. Boom, boom. I think this one's it. This is a pretty cool one. If Sanji fights looks like that Zoro picture, if Sanji fights looking like that picture Zoro will have much to say. Why can't Ichiji, Niji, and Yoji ever see this? They'd be jealous. They wish they were that pretty. Looking for more meme pictures. Boop, 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 boop. That's not any good ones. Nope. That is a big ass file. When did I get this shit? Who was the traitor in Zoe? I think there are only really two candidates. Barriete and another person that I won't say because Joy Boys might make a video on it. Barriete, is that his name? Yeah, monkey, little monkey. Diddy Kong. Dragon look like a badass here. Yeah, dude. Dragon's sick. Sanji on the side over here. Marco up here. We got Hawk. Jinbei is barely noticeable in the back. Then we got Aokiji, Rob, Hiruden smoking a cigar in the back. That's pretty weird. We got Pell, Yasop, Killer. Who is that way in the back? We got Mr. One there. I can't. The Panda Man. I feel like that's Usopp past Elbaf. Ben Beckman. You don't see as Roger failing as much as the fact that he was sick and had no cure. I think basically it was just Roger couldn't do it. But that's basically Roger's goal was to basically carry on the will of the Ancient Kingdom, and he couldn't do that. That's why he had to turn himself in. And think about it. Roger literally couldn't succeed because he didn't have the ancient weapons. He was a victim of circumstance. I agree, but it's still the same thing as him failing in the overall goal. Did I like the fan-made chapter about the end of One Piece? It was a really cool chapter, and I don't think it was. I don't envision it going anything like that, but definitely well made. And speaking of which, there's a little project coming up made by a group of small subscriber-based people in One Piece, and I'm going to have a role in something adapting the fan-made chapter. Just letting you guys know for the future. Dritz, what if Kaido turns out to be an all hockey specialist rather than a devil fruit user, and just because of his crew is weak that he can't start a war? I highly doubt it. Do you think we'll ever go back to Zoe? Not for long. I don't think so. Would I still love the series if Luffy doesn't end up as Pirate King? Yeah, that's fine. Do I have any other spicy pictures? I don't know. I don't think I have a lot of Naya pictures, but they're like I think that wouldn't be appropriate. Let me see. Go to my Nani folder. Boop, boop, boop. No, these are mostly appropriate. It's all the things I use for my thumbnail for my videos. Maybe not that one. McGregor versus Tritz, you placing your money on? I'm pretty sure McGregor could beat the shit out of me. Just guessing though. Do I think that Luffy will end up with the same illness that Roger had, only for Chopper to have the cure? Absolutely. I made a theory on that. I think that is 100% guaranteed to happen, and I can't wait because that is something that I would really look forward to. I love angsty stuff if it's done right, and that would definitely make me happy. I'll see you, Toucan. Yeah, we're just chilling here. So God, Dritz, what's up, bro? Let's see anything else I can show you guys. All right, if you guys ever want to know, I did this a while back, but if you want to know, this is my folder where I basically have everything categorized so I know where to find pics for stuff. I need to update this, but a lot of stuff I have here. Uh, so I think that about ends our little chilling today, boys. So probably Tuesday I'll do reading the predictions for the next chapter. And in the meantime, I'm probably going to try and work on that theory. Try. I'm going to prioritize that over anything else because I feel like I really need to get it out there. But anyway, hope you guys had fun chilling with me. Uh, yeah, I have a Toei Sucks folder. Yep, that's right, boys. So, come chill sometime at a time. I'm not uploading this, so just so you know, I didn't really do anything in this stream. But, until next time, boys, have fun.